look in the mirror, man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, in this reaction video, I'm going to show you a woman. She looked like she devoured carpet as well, but who knows? But she wants to tell us the reason why modern women, black women in particular, are found so undesirable now is because of men. It's our fault. You heard it, gentlemen. It's our fault why women are being found undesirable. Can you dig it? Ain't this some crazy stuff? Before I do, hit the notification bell. Once you hit the notification bell or the subscribe button, select the option that says all. That way you will be informed of all my new uploads. Can you dig it? Now let me go ahead and play this woman, man. You got to hear this stuff, man. Seeing, it's like I find dumber and dumber women every week, in my humble opinion. All right. Like I always say, let's get it, man.
There are long-term consequences to years and years of social programming that tells us that black women are the least desired. And on top of that, when you incorporate colorism and fat phobia, the reason why a lot of black women don't know how to date is because we never had the options or the chance to date. If we're already the least desired demographic, it then becomes a game of, well, if black women are the least desired, then who of us is the most desired out of all of us being least desired? And that is.
And look here. So what she just told you right there is it becomes a game of the undesired. Which ones of the undesired is the most desired? What is wrong with you women out there? You talking about you not getting the opportunities to date? No. People are choosing not to date you. It's not that you don't have opportunities. It's because we see things about you that we do not like. You just said fat phobia, colorism, and other stuff is the reason why. And I want y'all to pay close attention. Everything that she said, she represents. Look at her. You see the fat phobia and everything else. Now, she doesn't look feminine at all. This woman look like she jump off of horses and take down cows like a cowboy. That's what she looked like to me. All right. How is it our fault that men are not finding you desirable? And it's not just black men. We done put up the statistical data, myself and other content creators in the past, showing that on dating sites, people are choosing other women over modern black women. And if they are black women that men are choosing, a lot of times these are black women from different cultures or different countries because of their attitude. Now, there was a gentleman, I can't remember your name, I apologize, who left a comment yesterday. He said something I'm going to be saying all the time. No provision without submission. Without submission. No provision without submission. You do not get any provision. If you want to give us 20% submission, be prepared to get 20% provision. That's how it's going to be. Or I want 100. I don't want anything less, but you get no provisions from us until you give us submission. Let's keep going.
That is where colorism, texturism, featureism, and fat phobia play a significant role. Not to mention, I think that us being the least desired demographic leaves us very vulnerable to being manipulated by men who know that, aka black men. Black men know that we're the least desired demographic. And for a good bit of them, they use that to their advantage. If black men know that at large, black women are not seen, not heard, not valued properly, not appreciated in the workforce, not taken seriously, all those things, all it would really take for a lot of us to feel special is to be noticed.
And she is so full of shit, man. All the things she said where women are not being acknowledged or recognized on the work scene, that's a lie. Because all you hear about are women saying things like, we make more money now than we ever did before. Women are going to colleges more and getting more education, more than men or than ever before. We are opening our own businesses more now than ever before. They are putting themselves into the limelight. So they are getting the attention. They are getting noticed for the things they say. What it is they're not understanding why men are not choosing to run after them because of these achievements that they are having. Because men don't really care about your achievements. I don't know too many men personally who care about women having a lot of money. I don't. Not no real man. It might be a dude that's a bummy dude who wants a woman to take care of him or something. But I don't know no real man that really cares about that. No one cares that you got a degree that you hang on your wall. A man doesn't. Even if he has a degree himself, he doesn't really care. The things that are valuable to us are the things you can't go to school for, unless you go to certain schools like a femininity coach who may be holding classes on how to be feminine and submissive to the man, how to please the man. Most time y'all schooling should come from y'all mothers and your grandmothers through their examples and through their tutelage when they're dealing with you about how to present yourself as a desirable woman to a man and how to present yourself as an honorable mother to your children. That's where your real college education, or should I say, life skills should come from and develop. It should develop from within the household. But the problem is, a lot of you women are being raised by single mothers who don't believe in traditionalism, who don't believe in being submissive. But you sure as fuck still believe in chivalry. You want a man to pay your bill. You want a man to open the door. I'm like, nah, you open that door your damn self. Like I say, no provision without submission. Okay. If you're not going to do certain things for me, I'm not going to do certain things for you. And yes, it has gotten to be like that, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of you men have been giving this type of behavior or this treatment to women away freely. Y'all been just doing things for them, jumping to hoops and stuff. Stop it. They don't deserve it. Not one of today's modern day black women, in my most humble opinion, deserves any of that treatment unless she treats you like the man she's supposed to treat you as. If she's not loving your dirty drawers, man, and she ain't out there folding your clothes and stuff like that, man, if she ain't doing that stuff, but she still had these unrealistic expectations and these unreasonable demands in a relationship, and she expect for you to do everything for her, man, she is an energy drainer. She's a waste of time. It's bad enough that you work hard on your job. You should not have to work hard when you come home to try to please somebody. It doesn't make sense.
For a lot of black women, the thing that hooked us into a man at first was the fact that he noticed us in a way that society does not. And that is sad in and of itself. But I think that a good bit of black men use that to their advantage. All they have to do is notice you, compliment your work ethic, compliment your skills, compliment you as a person. And for a lot of us, we are hook, line, and sinker because we're so deprived of receiving that kind of recognition in life in general. When you go the majority of your life not being noticed romantically or not being seen and valued in the way that you need, when someone comes along and gives that to you, you latch on. Makes sense to me. And you don't want to let go because there's no telling when you're going to get that same recognition again. I think black men be knowing that and using that to their advantage. I think a lot of us end up choosing poorly because we latch on to the guy who notices us and ignore all their red flags, or we're being love bombed, or we're
Get into this. That's another lie because the problem is you choose the bad guys, you choose the thugs. During the time that the thugs is coming on to you and you're getting involved with thug dudes or the worst type of men, there are always the nerds that you like to call them or good men who want your attention, who would say silly things like, I would be a good man to her. You purposely jump over those men who actually have your best interest at heart because they're not cool. A lot of times the nerd dudes, now I want y'all to think the nerdy people ain't always unattractive. There are some nerdy, handsome men, some nerdy, beautiful women. But because he doesn't want to drop kick you every Wednesday, slap the shit out you, just because he don't want to smoke Zion, weed and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Rob people, steal they, hubcaps, just because he don't want to be a chain snatcher and stuff like that. You don't find him sexy. Just because he want more out of life than to be making love or to be fucking on the air matches that's on your floor and stuff like that where there's dead roaches that been stumped on. Just because he want more out of life, you don't find him attractive. Just because he ain't riding in a slab, man, candy paint, wood grain, wheel, man, with them pokers and swingers poking on like we do down here in Texas. You know what I'm talking about? You don't think he's fine. You don't think he's attractive. You want the bad boy. You want someone that don't mean you well. So it ain't that. It's that you're choosing the wrong men purposely. and then you are suffering the consequences of your decision. You understand what I'm saying? Can you dig it? I know you dig. I know you dig. Let's go.
Downright being set up and manipulated into an abusive situation that's going to happen down the line. It's hard to choose properly when you are so deprived of social affirmation. And this idea that we're supposed to only be okay with our approval, sure, but we need for our approval and how we see ourselves to mirror how the world sees us. And if I think I'm the shit, but the world treats me like shit, it's really hard to maintain that self belief. You need a balance of both. So, for a lot of us, we go through our lives thinking we're the shit and being treated like shit by society. And then here along comes somebody treating us like we think we're the shit and matching us. Latching on is going to happen. We're going to ignore the red flags. We're going to ignore the bullshit because he sees me.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Real talk. If you think you're the shit and people are treating you like shit, that means that you are shit. It doesn't mean that you are the shit in the good way. It means that you are shit in the bad way. Because the dating market determines your value. You can have it in your mind that you this and that, you accomplish this, you fine as hell. But when you get out in those streets and they call you big and you got dents, you got 1,000 dents in your leg because you got so much obesity fat on you, that's who determines if you the shit or not. Not you. All you can do is the best you can to prepare yourself to present yourself to people out there. And trust me, we're gonna tell you the brutal truth. Like, damn, that woman got 28,000 kids, man. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of bastard children. You know what I mean? Got a lot of them. She can't cook. Only thing she can cook is ramen noodles and shit. hmm That's it. With a little hot sauce in the package and shit, shake it up. Or she done been to jail. And she take her ramen noodles and make what we call down here a spread. You know what I mean? You get the ramen noodles. See, I was locked up. Some of y'all understand. You get the ramen noodles in your hot pot in Harris County Jail over here. You warm it up in the hot pot that you got, right? And then you spread it out. Now you take some your tuna fish, you could take Cheetos and other little things, you can mix it into that thing and you spread it out, you know what I mean? You spread it out and you slice it like you do a pizza, but not in a triangle, but like a rectangle or square. And so you can share with your homies. You cut it and you take this thing as noodles and everything like that. And believe it or not, it sounds nasty as hell, but it actually tastes kind of good. Now that's when I was in Harris County in Houston when I locked up. Now when I was in Florida, they had the same thing. I was locked up in Florida too. I had to actually got extradited from there back to Houston at one time. I was out there bad, but it was the same thing. In Florida, they use a lot of mace. Like down there, like in H Town, they beat your ass inside there. I don't care what nobody say. I've seen it. When you locked up in Harris County, they beat your ass in there. Them dudes will whoop your ass up in there. I ain't talking about the inmates. I'm talking about the jailers. They'll put their hands on you down there. Throw you down them steps down into the day room and stuff and be cold as hell inside of Harris County. They won't let you go underneath the cover. You gotta sit on top. And when you try to and this is what's gonna make you mad. Kids stay in school. Why? I'm finna tell you this. Because in Harris County, jail in Houston, when you got to take a shower, when you shower, there are some toilets right behind you. And right behind you, there's going to be somebody shit. When I say that you are close to those toilets, why they shitting, I say, and see where my chair is right now, damn, you ain't in my house to see it. I'm just going to throw a number. I ain't good at the feet number, but I'm going to say it's about maybe 12, 15 feet. Maybe that, yeah. Say about 12, 15 feet away from where the shower is, where I'm sitting at. Someone's right across from you taking the dump behind you. And they tell you to drop and flush. But sometimes you get some of them boys who don't really speak English or they just nasty and they just shit right there. So while you washing it and sudding up and stuff, you smell ass the whole time. Stay in school, kids. Stay in school, man. Change your life. A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Change your life. That shit ain't no fun, man. And open in Florida, they mace the hell out you. So look, they got something called mace bombs. I've been in different type of jails. It wasn't just Florida. I was in Kentucky jail. Because when you get extradited, if you're on there longer than 3 days, they pull over to a jail while you're handcuffed from, you shackled from your wrist to your waist to your feet, and you're connected to the next person you did. And then they go from 3 days. You ain't bathed in 3 days, so they stop in different jails along the way during the time you're being extradited, and you going there to wash your little ass and stuff like that. So I went to I think Kentucky, and I think I actually been to Atlanta jail. I know I've been to San Antonio jail. That ain't nothing, boy. Ooh, everything down Texas, every jail in Texas. Don't get in trouble down here. I'm just say that right now. You come to any Texas jail out here, you may not be going back home out here. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Just while I'm ranting, I'm thinking about that, man. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Kind of slow start this morning, man. Had to make myself wake up, man. Long night, you did. Just talking to you like a pimp. All right, y'all have a good one, man. I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon, man. Y'all take it easy now, you hear?